Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at my community day Shadow Victreebel here, nearly a 100% IV. Yes, I am going to be going with this one here, and the move was going to be Magical Leaf. Now, how good is that in comparison to Razor Leaf? Because you're going to be doing an extreme amount of damage. Granted, you're not going to be gaining energy nearly as fast as with Magical Leaf. Well, they both have their play, but we're going to be testing out, obviously, the new move here. See what we can do and spam it up with our opponents. Now, we are going to be going with the Poison Charge move, so we can potentially cover fairies. Leaf Blade is going to be doing a lot. You can also go with Leaf Tornado, so you have a few different options here. Shadow Victreebel, regular Victreebel is a pretty good Pokemon when it comes down to Go Battle League. This one in particular that I'm using, I was thinking about completely maxing it out, which would be good for an actual grass raid attacker. But the thing is, what else am I going to use it for? I have plenty of other ones, and it's going to cost me a lot of Stardust. So I'm going to go ahead and hold off for now and just keep it in the Ultra League here. And yeah, that's just what we're going to do. We're going to be pairing it up with Feraligatr Shadow, Giratina for a minute here, and then we're going to swap Giratina for Skeledirge. And with that said, let's have a little fun. Now, as we do take a look at these battles, I am going to be highlighting battles that are nearly impossible to win for me or for my opponents, okay? And it's funny too, because I get a lot of people saying, you know, you're not good at Go Battle League. It's like, okay, well, fair enough. Fair enough. Say whatever you want to say. But a lot of them are quitting too. You know, I get a hard counter lead. I pull the battle back and then they quit. Why? What's going on? Or they force close their app. I thought it was garbage. Wouldn't you be able to beat me if I was so horrible? Especially if you had a bad lead. But I'm just going to leave it at that for now. We'll get more into that in a second. And let's get into this commentary. So, Swampert versus Feraligatr. This is a pretty good matchup for me. So long as we call the Earthquakes or let the Hydro Cannons go, we will be able to win this. So we're going to go ahead and let this go, calling that Hydro Cannon here. And we'll just continue on. Of course, we do have our grass, but there's no point in swapping because we also have fire, so we don't want to get locked into a bad situation. And Feraligatr is doing just fine right here. Almost wanted to farm them down, but we're just going to throw this to be on the safe side. So I would assume they're going to have something to protect them from grass. So they're bringing, okay, so 2 waters, but Empoleon's not necessarily weak to grass, is it? But if I did have Shadow Razor Leaf, oh, hell no, it's over. Okay, I would be doing extreme. Look at that. Magical Leaf is still doing a lot coming from Shadow Victreebel, and that's a part steel type. So there are definitely your advantages of having the older moveset. But again, this move is not horrible or anything. It's cool. It's giving it a little bit of a shake-up, so you're going to be able to spam your moves a little faster than before, right? So this is an absolutely good matchup here. Granted, they do have Moonblast as well as Grass Knot. All right, Moonblast still doing a good amount there. Okay, do believe that was my first time matching up with it, and I realized, oh shoot, taking a little more damage than expected there. So we are retreating. Yeah, if you want to go with the regular Victreebel non-Shadow, that works too, but the Shadow obviously just doing so much damage. You may want to go with Razor Leaf to do that pressure. Just saying, we'll give it a shot. I don't know. We'll have to waste some elite quick TMs potentially here. All right, so going for another Disarming Voice with the Feraligatr, or sorry, with the Skeledirge. Such a good Pokemon, Skeledirge. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put Victreebel up front because they were throwing quite a bit of water types at me. So let's see if we can actually get one of those up front so we can do a lot of damage with that Victreebel. So without any editing here, so you can see what we are going to be encountering. And let's see how, oh, look at that. 4 times weak to grass. How is our opponent going to come back from this? It's not over. You know, just because I have a horrible lead like this doesn't mean it's over. It depends on what's in the back, but let's see. We're going to let that go and farm them all the way down to Funky Town. You better believe it. All right, so they're bringing in a Talonflame. So we're going to immediately swap. Could have went for Sludge Bomb to do some pretty good damage anyways, but we're going to go ahead and just swap into our Feraligatr here, as the Skeledirge can also handle Talonflame very well with the Shadow Ball. And they do have a Mandibuzz here, and we are going to be able to spam the Hydro Cannon pretty fast, and it is starting to really add up against that tanky Mandibuzz that we do have over there. Getting to the next Hydro Cannon, throwing it immediately here, as we do want to win this matchup. And they're using that shield. So we still have 2 shields left. So we're going to go ahead and let this go. No problem, no problem. I think I bring in Victreebel. Okay, yeah, we're going to go for the Razor Leaf immediately here, which is not very effective, but let's see if it's enough. Unfortunately not. So I swap into the Skeledirge to try to farm them down, but they're already out of charge moves, so we're going to have to shield that Aerial Lace up. Damn it, we could have let that go. So now we're down to shield. 1-to-1 shield here. Fly? Let's hope it is. Come on, hit me with a fly. Beautiful. No Brave Bird. Sounds good. Gonna go for that Shadow Ball. This is not gonna KO. But the Victreebel, if we get them low enough, we should be able to take them out with Razor's Leaf here. It is going to be 4 times resisted by the flying as well as the fire, but hey, we're still going to be able to do quite a bit of damage as we are getting stabbed, and they have no health left. So this will take us out here. We'll immediately go for the Leaf Blade as we throw in our Shadow Victreebel to take the win here. So the performance of this thing was fine. I mean, it's a good Pokemon. Yeah, it's a good community day. Good Stardust gains, and it, you know, it's a generally decent Pokemon. You know, something that I am a little, I wouldn't say jealous of, but I would love to have one, is a shiny Shadow Victreebel. Those things look freaking awesome. Wow, it looks so good. All right, so we had a good lead up against that Greninja. Let's see how they pulled us off. They're going to be swapping into their Giratina, and we bring in our Feraligatr. Good old trusty here. Getting to the next crunch. Do they want to double shield this thing? I do believe we dropped their defense. All right, unfortunately, we are not surviving this. This is really one of those annoying situations. So we're going to be bringing in our keep wanting to call it Feraligatr, Skeledirge to farm them down. All right, so we are going to let this go here. Let's just hope they're going for a Hydro Cannon. Not good. So we're going to go ahead and go Disarming Voice, which is super effective to the Greninja. They're letting it go. Thank goodness. We swap into our Victreebel, farm them down, and they have a Cresselia in the back. Let's go. Let's have a little fun with the star of the show here. So it is going to be more optimal to just go for the Leaf Blades over and over again as opposed to the Sludge Bomb. That is going to be for very particular situations. Again, if you're going up against a Fairy or maybe even another Grass type Pokemon, more than likely, yeah, that's what you're going to want to use it for. So let's go, Victreebel. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. All right, let's do this. And they quit right before I take them out. All right, good. All right, next game, what are we going to see here? Victreebel up front up against well, you already know, Scizor. Of course, they start hard countering me. So I'm going to go ahead and swap into my Feraligatr here. Don't want to go into the fire quite yet. And they're going to be retreating with energy and bringing in a Swampert. All right, sounds good to me. So we're already looking pretty good here. I use a shield. Come on, use a shield. Great. We do want to kind of be cautious about Earthquake here, but we're going to go ahead and call a Hydro Cannon. Good stuff here. And we will want to shield this one up here. This is going to be Hydro Cannon, but we want to win the alignment again, as we do have the Skeledirge, which is going to absolutely annihilate the Scizor, and then the Victreebel that doesn't want to go up against it whatsoever, right? So we won that matchup, and they got a Lugia back here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go for the Crunch here. I do like running Crunch over Ice Beam. Ice Beam is great. It's just Crunch has been perfectly fine for me. I don't really need to change it up. And we'll go ahead and bring in the Victreebel now. If you're thinking why, because I wanted them to kind of waste their energy, and the Skeledirge was going to unfortunately just have to do all of the work here at the end. But they swapped retreating with energy, and we're just absolutely destroying them here. They are going to be 4 times weak to fire, so yeah, expect that. So bringing back the Lugia here, and we're not going to go for Shadow Ball. There is no point. We want to get that last shield, and they actually back out with energy on that Lugia. Okay, sounds good to me. We could have went for a Sludge Bomb or even a Leaf Blade on the Victreebel, and it probably would have been enough. Next game, we're met with a Tentacruel, but of course they couldn't just give me a Water type. They had to make it so it wasn't actually taking super effective damage. Gonna go for that Leaf Blade here. And this is pretty good. Now, Scold's still going to do quite a bit. We're Shadow Victreebel. It's not a glass cannon. Oh, but they're going to hit me with an acid spray. Sounds good to me. It's not a glass cannon, but it really can't take a hit either. All right, so they're going to be bringing in Guzzlord to farm us down there. Not too good, as we do have Feraligatr in the back, as well as Skeledirge. And the only thing that we have that's super effective, which is going to be 4 times effective, though, is going to be Disarming Voice. Now, this is where I kind of want to have Ice Beam on my Feraligatr, but yeah, you already know what it is. Let's go ahead and do this here. Going for another Disarming Voice, 4 times effective, and they're using both of their shields here. We do need to look out for a Crunch that will not KO us, but a couple more Dragon Tails, it pretty much will. Bringing in Togekiss, and I'm kind of thinking, all right, we need to have a Disarming Voice ready to go, and we're going to go ahead and just swap into the Feraligatr here and do quite a bit of damage, farm them down, and we're going to be looking pretty good. We will win the CMP charge move priority with our Victreebel, or with our Skeleturge, I should say, and take them out with a disarming voice. Let's go. They had a whole bunch of energy ready to go, but no, not today, my friend, and we take that win. You know what? As I was playing Go Battle League, I'm going to tell you, ever since the new avatars came out, this is the first time I played Go Battle League. I already told you I'm cutting it down because it's just too rage-inducing, too manipulated, rigged. People can cheat. They can see your team, your moves, make it lag. It's shit. Just like with this new avatar update. Playing in Go Battle League after this avatar update for the first time, I was forced to look at my avatar in a different way. Oh my, it is bad. Like at first I was like, you know, my avatar's not that bad. It's all right. But as I'm looking at it more and more, I'm thinking, yeah, the hair and the hair's okay, but that's not gonna override every other error that I'm seeing right now. But jeez Louise, oh my gosh. Now, really quick, they patched the whole crotch area thing where you can see like the crotch on the avatars with the skirt and the specific pose, but they didn't patch it for another outfit. So it's like they're doing the laziest work possible. I can't even, I don't get it. What is going on here? All right, anyways, back into the action here. Farming down the Ampharos there. Damn, Shadow for Alligator. You need it. It's a must-have, period. You need one of these, folks. All right, so we have a Greninja out here. Okay, did they just get the attack boost for crying out loud? All right, hitting them with another Hydro Cannon. We do have the Skeleturge in the back ready to go. I think we may want to shield it out. We're letting it go. I think we know how much energy we have. All right, we already knew we had a charge move ready to go. We're going to go ahead and finish them off here and take that win with the Skeleturge. Absolute monster of a Pokemon, and it doesn't even have a community day. Next game, we're met with a Cresselia. Thank you. Let's go. All right, now they're not in the worst position in the world, but let's see how our opponent is going to handle this, and let's just see what they have in the back. All right, so of course we're going to be letting everything go. We don't need to shield this up. Moonblast doing a decent amount of damage, actually. Damn, actually. Going for the next one here. Unfortunately, I think we're not going to be able to farm them down here. And I don't remember if I shield this up. Okay, we let it go. So no shields and the crest wins. So we're losing alignment here, which could be, you know, cost me the whole thing. And bringing in their own Skeleturge or their own Feraligatr. I don't know why I keep mixing their names up. And at this point, we do have more energy than them. So we're getting rid of their water type. If we do this and they don't have another water type, or say a dragon or something in the back, we should be looking pretty good here. We're still holding on to both of our shields. Gonna let this go and swap. Now that was horrible because we could have just stayed there with the Feraligatr and allowed them to waste their energy again. But yeah, at least we're in a one-to-one shield and we have energy, and they've got their own Skeleturge. So at this point, since we do have so much energy built up, you don't bait. Okay, so they let it go, and at this point, disarming voice, and this is a wrap. So were there opportunities for them to pull off a situation there? Maybe, but it was never looking good from the start. You already know what it was. Again, folks, it does require skill, and it does require you to know certain situations. You know, of course, over time you learn things. You just get better naturally. But this game, too rigged. All right, anyways, next one, we have an Ampharos lead. So this is pretty decent. We do resist at least the quick move on it, and the Brutal Swing's going to do a decent amount. Then they're swapping into their Skeleturge. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Feraligatr here, which can outpace it easy. And this will one-shot. I do believe they let this go. Okay, opposite, of course. And I think we may want to shield this up. Okay. Outpace them to another Hydro Cannon here, and then that would assume they're going to be bringing in their Ampharos, right? But we still have a good amount of health, so it's not like we need to worry. Or they're going to be bringing in their Poliwrath. Sounds even better to me. We're just going to keep on hitting them with the Hydro Cannon. Yes, everything we do have is resisted, but look, we've already got them down into the yellow. I mean, it's just incredible. So they did catch the Hydro Cannon here, which is a good play if they want to keep that Poliwrath alive. But unfortunately for them, I have a Victreebel in the back, so there's really nothing that they can do at this point, and we still have a shield. Hitting me with a Scold, and it's just simply not going to cut it. And that counter is not taking us anywhere, right? So they're going to be using their last shield here. I do believe they hit me with an Icy Wind. And as much as I think I wanted to bring in the Victreebel. Oh, they back out. I don't even get to use it at the end. Oh, okay, good game. All right, moving it on to our next opponent. What do we have here? Oh, hell yeah, let's go. let's get it. So Greninja, this is always good. Although the Night Slash is going to do a decent amount, we'll let that first one go here. All right, there you go. And we're just going to go for the Leaf Blade immediately here because you already know Greninja's a spam monster. Taking them out and they're bringing in a Talonflame immediately. We're going to preserve our Victreebel and bring in the Skeledirge here. Let's just hope they don't have a Brave Bird. Hitting me with a fly, fantastic. And we're just going to go straight for the Shadow Ball here. As much as I wanted to bait, they could let it go, but they're shielding it up. It's a coin flip game. Remember this. Always remember that, okay? Don't ever, I mean, you can get frustrated. I get frustrated with it. Become a little bit more tempered. I really don't get angry at this game anymore. I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, well, wow. I'm just numb to it. I'm just numb to it. But remember, it's a coin flip game, and you can't always blame it on the coin flip, though. There is skill required. But just know that it is a very finicky thing. Anyways, they are retreating, and we're going to go for the Hydro Cannon. They have a Registeel in the back. No shields. Ooh. Bringing in the Victreebel. No shields on either end. All right, so we're getting them pretty low. They're going to be hitting me with a Focus Blast, if I remember this correctly. And it does KO. Guess we are squishy after all. All right, so we're going to have to farm up a little bit of extra energy. Seeing that we do resist the quick move on the Talonflame is going to be right at the nick of time. Beautiful. Getting to the damn Hydro Cannon. Feraligatr, yet again, proving its worth time and time again as to why you should make one. Next game met with a Poliwrath. This is going to be a quicker one here. I'm going to ×2 or ×3 fast forward it because this is it's okay if you want to do this, but this is what I'm talking about. I thought I'm bad, or maybe because I had such a good lead, you swapped. But I see this quite often where I have such a good lead and the swap is okay, but they just immediately close out their app. But poke, they could be lagging. They could be lagging, and this is not their fault. They didn't intentionally do it. Absolutely, that could be on the table. And even if they did quit, I don't know, whatever. Thanks for the points. What I'm trying to explain is, I quit too for sure, but I don't force close the app. I just back out. I don't leave you stuck there like that, like a douche. Okay. But I thought I was bad at this game. So what's going on? I thought I was horrible at this game. So we have a bad lead up against Cobalion here. We're going to swap into Feraligatr to just absorb whatever they throw. They were going to bait me with a Sacred Sword, and they're bringing in Poliwrath. So bad lead for me, bad swap for me. Oh, okay. Let's see if I can pull this off, though. All right, let's just see how I am able to do this. All right. Icy Wind, they didn't even tap it. They wanted to get farm off of it. So yeah, you understand how that works, right? If you're newer, then basically you don't hit the energy, so you can gain more farm and have more energy for the next Pokemon, essentially. All right, bringing in Victreebel to take them out immediately because they did have that energy ready to go. We swap into the Skeledirge immediately, knowing that they're going to be bringing back the Cobalion. I would assume there's something else to resist fire back there. Not quite. It's going to be a Ampharos. That's okay, but we are still in a pretty not great position here because, well, this Brutal Swing is going to hurt. But here's the thing. The Cobalion's quick move, we don't really need to worry about that. But this Ampharos could shield us up and we're screwed. Okay, we're screwed. So they're doing all this damage here. I'm going to let it go. It's all up to the Victreebel. Oh my goodness. So Shadow Victreebel, buddy. It's all up to you, my man. Can you pull it off? Can we make this actually happen with the Magical Leaf and the spammy Leaf Blade? You don't want to go for a poison. You want to hit that grass move for sure on this one. And I think we might just be able to pull this off, folks. I can't believe this. Victreebel taking a win up against Cobalion. Let's go. Let's get it. Oh, they quit. Oh, you had a good lead and swap. What happened? What happened? That's what I thought. Next game, we're met with a Steelix. What do we got going on here? This is a pretty decent matchup. Put a smile on my face because it is a very interesting one. And not only that, they have Thunderfang. I gotta love that algorithm matching up with the typings. So Psychic Fangs is super effective, but since that quick move is so resisted, we don't really need to worry about shielding it up. And our Leaf Blade is really putting in that work here, taking out the Steelix even after it really hit me hard with that Psychic Fangs. I immediately swap into my Skeledirge as they do bring in their own. We're going to bait them right out the gate here after building up to Shadow Ball. We're getting a Shield Fan, frickin-tastic. I do believe this one is going to be carrying Crunch. All right, yes, we have a Crunch Skeledirge. It did just lower our stats as well. So this Crunch is going to be doing more. We're going to let it go. I would assume Crunch and Disarming Voice on this thing. Why run Crunch? I don't know. Don't ask me, okay? Don't ask me, all right? Crunch it is. You do what you gotta do. I'm not gonna judge you. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and bring in obviously the Feraligatr and take them out. We're gonna shield that up. We shield this at this point. We got the Victreebel in the back. I don't know if it has energy or not, I don't remember. Poliwrath immediately swapping into the Victreebel, and there you have it, folks. Shadow Victreebel putting in the work with Magical Leaf. It is definitely good. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!